Good morning, team. Uh, all right. Well, gold's moved or moving. Who is in this morning? Let's have a look. Refresh page. Morning, Vic. How are you there, Vic? Uh, Morning. Look who's here. Dan, Kaylin. Good morning, Kaylin. Vic. Wow, you guys are serious. Mr. Armand. Good morning, sir. Bloody hell, what's going on? Didn't expect to see this. Did not expect to see this turn out. I thought I'd just be sat here talking on my own. Almost at the daily target. Okay, so I've had 1.5 sleep, 1.5 hours sleep. Hilarious. Right. Okay. Look, let's start from the top. Okay, so definitely a daily flip order could be on the cards here. So we could look at daily flip, which would be buy stop above here. Um, Good morning, Thailand trader Christian, Cav, Byron. So let's have a look. So we just started from top-down analysis, looking at gold. Daily chart, we can see after opening this evening at 11 p.m. UK time, we've just been selling off. But yet, this could just be the market taking liquidity before we go and fill the range of yesterday. So we've got, what's that, about an $18, 180 pip range of a wick to fill on the daily chart. So we could look at this as a daily wick fill. So I'm just going to put daily flip 4042.1. So let's just put that in there. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't cross over. Let's drop down to the 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour resistance is up here at 40.52, so a bit higher. We are setting up for 4 hour BPC, so we've got downrange candle, downrange candle. Obviously, the BPC won't set up on this time frame while we're on this live stream because we'd have to wait another, what, best part of 4 hours. So drop down to the hourly. Okay, the BPC set up here and would have hit target through that period. But what we do have now is some structure to work with. We've got a resistance level here, and we have a support level here based off the hourly. Now I'm going to leave the daily flip in because that's going to be our 40.42, so that's going to be basically above this candle high here. Mr. Buckley, good morning, sir. Welcome. So we've just started just doing some top-down analysis, looking at where we could potentially be buying or selling from. So let's look at the 30. Okay, so 30-minute, we're going to change our structure point here. Now, based on where we sit here, yes, we can look for breakout shorts, but we can also look for BPC long from where we are, in line with the current higher time frame trend. So if we can get buyers in here, this could lead us into continuation trade on the daily. So I'm just going to push that up here. So yeah, we're going to wait for price to flip over here. Uh, I'm actually gonna look to buy above the high of this candle if it flips bullish. So let's is it this one? Okay, and so I'm going to put a buy stop in above the high of that candle, 40, 20, 81. So 40, what was that price? 40, 20, 81. So I'll give it 3 pips above because so we're going to do a 40 at 21.1, 40, 10. Oh, it's a big, don't like it as big as that. 40, 10. I'm going to, that's enough. That's enough. 40, 33. So daily flip is around 40, 42. So I'm going to put it at 40, 40. Okay. So let's see if that. There we go. So I managed to change it over on TikTok as well, but not that there's many on. Buy on 5 minute looks good. Let's have a look. So you already in that then, Dan, on the 5 min. Oops. I'm guessing the 5 minute buys would already be in this trade as it broke the highs. Le Capital, restart the live stream. Hey, your live is frozen. Oh shit. Okay. Uh, sorry. Issue on TikTok. Let's see if this one works. Apparently the live stream on TikTok was frozen, so we'll try again. Okay. So yeah, so basically the order in here uh, doesn't look like it's going to pan out because the idea was that price was going to flip. So if this candle closes down here like this in the next 2 minutes, which when do we close? In 1 minute 45 seconds. Then I'll cancel the order and we'll wait for the next 15-minute candle. But we shall see. Well, I definitely didn't expect to see many of you guys up at 3 a.m. today. Let's see if we can. 45 seconds left of the 15-minute candle. Yeah, so I'm going to be cancelling this order because we're not going to. Uh, even bloody Jez Hall is awake. Where is he? Which live stream is Jez on? Is he on the is he on TikTok or is he on YouTube? Okay, so let's cancel this. Let's cancel this. We're going to wait for the next 15-minute candle. Okay, we'll go back to trading view because I don't like staying on MT5. TikTok, just wait a sec. We're just going to. And no device detected. What do you mean no device detected? TikTok saying no device detected. Can someone just log on to TikTok for me and just see if there's this Dan or can it's not live. It's saying it is on my nothing on TikTok. All right, let me just exit now. What the hell is... Okay, so TikTok appears to have an issue. I can't even end it. Okay, guys, no idea why that is. Yeah, proper frozen. I can't even end it. Sorry, guys, you might just lose everything there entirely and just having to TikTok live. Sorry, guys, just relaunching everything. Right, gold is not playing ball at the minute. So if we break below, oh, if looks like that's happening. Okay, so we've got to wait to see how this candle closes. This could just be filling this range. Obviously, there's no trade to be taken here. We didn't close below the level. Now, we've got two things to watch out for. One is if we take out the low this week, we could continue to decline. I don't think there's been any significant stories. Let me have a look, see if I can find any investing alive. Let's see what stories are coming out overnight. Aussie trader heads up. Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Bullock speaks on Friday now. Bank of England's Catherine now. Bank of Canada now. Crude oil, euro. Okay, yeah, nothing specific there. So I think if we can reject this level, this is going to give us a good opportunity to be a buyer. So in fact, to be fair, I'm going to do something similar to what I was looking to do on this one. I'm going to be putting a buy stop above the high of the current 15-minute candle. So we're looking for this to flip bullish from this area. So 40.02. I'm just going to put, it's a big four. It's basically coming to tap the 4,000 level. All right. All right, let's try this one again. So yeah, what we're looking for here is price to reject the previous wick down here. Let me just move that for now so you can see the order. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay, so we're looking at getting long above the current 15-minute candle. We're looking for it to split entry off. Yeah. That's what we're looking for. So we're looking for this candle to go from a bearish candle after filling this wick to flip bullish and then push on and fill this range. So around 40.32. Let's get 40.32. So entry price is 40.14 and change. So 40.14.03. We'll see where it gets entered, if it gets entered. So that's 15 pips there. Not 0.75. Okay, so I'm just getting ready to potentially close half. So that trade has been triggered. So basically we are live now in the market. So after being big bearish candle, it's flipped to be bullish. It's triggered as a I'm just gonna run that up under there. There we go. Because if that now flips and turns bearish, I don't want to be in it. Yes, it's an aggressive move with risk, but I want to see this market completely roll over and spin bullish. So yeah, I've used the 5-minute candle as an area to put my stop, but that's because the volatility in the market, the candles are significantly larger. So we're about 2.5 pips offside at the minute. So $4,015 is our 10 pip barrier. see if we can push on a little bit. This is where I miss the magic keys now, where I can just hit that close half stop loss at entry, having to do it all manually. In fact, what I can do is probably do partial on my phone. Hit chart. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we get those 10 pips. I'm going to hit close half on move stop loss on my phone and close half on the PC. But we need to get there first. TikTok is, yeah, TikTok's not working, so I've had to leave it off for now. I'll I'll come back to it in a bit, unfortunately. So we're trying to buy in line with the higher time frame trend. We took a flip style entry off the 15 from a big bearish candle as it flipped positive. We got about four pips positive at one point, but we're now about 14 pips negative. Yeah, we moved our stop underneath the bullish 5-minute candle. And that is just because candles are oversized at the minute. So we're just being more aggressive with our stops. We've got 3 minutes left for this 30-minute candle. I just want to look, what's it? Yeah, 30 is still holding above that. 15 still looks a nice rejection. The downside that we might have is if 15 closes anything like what we're seeing right now, I'll show you. So we took an early move into this candle flipping bullish. I'm still looking at this as if we close like this, that the market should continue to push higher. The only downside we might have is if the next candle opens, we might see it move lower to grab liquidity before it moves higher. So the question is, if it does move lower first, can we still hold our buy positions, or will it drop lower and take us out? We'll see. But we've got what, 55 seconds left of this 30-minute candle, and 55 seconds, 50 seconds left of the 15-minute or the 5-minute. They're all going to close at the same time. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. 15 seconds. Okay, so here comes the move for liquidity. If you're not in this trade, guys, then buys above the high of the previous 15-minute candle look great. So let's see if we can hold. Let's get those buyers coming to the market now. So if you're not in this trade, guys, buys above the 15-minute candle high would be perfect entry. I was just aggressive trading the flip. This is the concern. Yeah, 15 points. Oh dear. And there you go, guys. Unfortunately, that is a loss on the stream, but the first Asian live stream results in a losing trade. But it is, what's the high? I will be placing the same trade above the 15-minute high, 1471. So I'll do 1495. There we go, 1496. And stop underneath 1405.50. 4005, sorry. 4005.5. 4032. Now, it needs to trigger on this candle. It needs to trigger on this candle for this to remain valid. So on, I'm going to put this loss down on YouTube. I'm not live on TikTok, so, but I will. It's about time we put one on here. I'll put it on TikTok as well when I can finally get that up and running. But let's see if we can get the webcam on because it's a bit odd. Deactivate, activate. Uh, no, doesn't look like it. I can get the webcam working on this thing anymore. Resolution, auto detect, OBS camera. Uh, yeah, no, I don't know, guys. It appears that I can not get the webcam working anymore for YouTube. I'm not sure why. Studio mode. Oh, settings. Appearance hotkeys video. No. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know why that is, guys. I do apologize. Not that you want to see me at this time of day. Um, but right. So options today, I'm still looking at buys on gold above that 15-minute candle. Now, as I said, we just took a loss. We moved our stop underneath the low of this 5-minute bullish candle. And I did say that, look, if price is going to continue higher, we might get liquidity and price come down, take us out. But I didn't want to have a $12, $13 stop on that candle. So I did move it according to the structure that was just there. Now, look, you might say, well, we could have left our stop underneath the low of this candle if we get triggered on this one. We'd have still been in the trade and not taken an 800 and whatever dollar loss. But on the flip side, we never know what's going to happen with the market, right? So by using that previous candle as our stop, once it took the low of that, in theory, we should come down and fill this wick. So the way I look at it is I'd rather take the loss and know that, right, I've lost 700, $800, whatever it is there, than potentially expose myself to a $1,900 loss. Or maybe even more if the market continues to move. So look, it's just capital management. Take the loss. We can always take the trade again, which is what I'm doing if we get triggered. So, uh, so yeah, orders what 1496, and oh, that was a bad fill. So we've got entered at 1530 by the looks of that. Yeah, 1530. So we've got slipped 3 points. I guess that's probably one of the things we have an issue with on Asian sessions. Liquidity is going to be a little bit lower. So no, 0.75. So there we go, 1533. We're up 13 points, 14 points. So close half there, guys. So just got 13 points. All right. I'm just gonna, so it's TP1. let's see if we can close above this. I'm going to give it a little bit of room on this one because I think now we've broken that, we should continue to push higher. So I'm prepared to sacrifice some of the gains. So you should have hit TP1 there, guys. Let me know if you did. 213. In fact, I'm gonna put this back underneath the low of the candle. I'm gonna do something a little bit different because I'm feeling, I think we are gonna push back up towards here. So we've hit TP1. Now it's up to you how aggressive you want to be, guys. I'm gonna see if this is gonna be the move that takes us back up. So if it is, I'm just gonna give this one a bit of breathing space. Let's have a look. H1. I'm gonna 23, so I'm gonna take some more. If we get there, guys, I'm gonna take another half off at H1 resistance, and then we'll let it see if we can let it run. So H1 resistance is at 23. Now, if this had been, let's say, because I'm trading in line with the higher time frame trend, and I'm looking at this as the first start of the next impulsive move, I'm trying to give it as much room as possible. I don't mind giving the stops that room on this basis because we've kind of de-risked. We've taken half the position off at 13 pips, and I'm going to manage now according to the 15-minute candles. So if the next candle comes down, then breaks the highs, I'll move my stop underneath the low of that candle. So what do we have here? Yeah, we've got 3.5 minutes for this candle to close. We've got 70, so that's gonna be like a 75 pip move to here. So we're currently sitting, what's that? Some of you might have got TP2, I'm guessing, at 20 pips. If you've scaled out, I'm gonna try and let this one run a bit. Hmm, 0.38. Let me know if you're still in this trade, guys, what you're doing, where have you got your stop, um, how are you managing it. Uh, 1 minute 20 seconds for this candle to close. 1 minute 20 seconds. So 50 points is just below the high of this bearish candle. Okay, 50 points is about here. we're currently what? Now remember, when this candle closes, we're probably going to see something similar again, which is the market will probably come down, take some liquidity before it pushes up. So this is why I've given it a bit of room. If it was up here, then I wouldn't mind bringing my stops to break even. Now, if it was already up here as well, guys, I would have brought my stops to break even straight away because the trade that's going to give you the biggest return and the one that is going to need is going to be the first one, right? So the first one here, because this is going to be the start of the, if we're right and we've analyzed the market correctly, we're looking for that first impulsive move, then it should come from here. Okay, so if we now break our own high, I'm going to bring my stop to break even because we've created a bottom wick. So it's still going to have, what's that, about eight points. So, well, that's if this is going to be the bottom wick. It may come deeper. So as soon as we break our own high, we're in. We're into break even. We're in. We're already in. We're sitting, what's that? 22, 23 pips up. Or we were. Come on, break your own high now. Let's go bullish. $20.6. Right, I'm just going to put a 50-point marker on. There we go. There we go. So I've now moved my stops to break even. Don't. You little so and so. Mm, looks like we're gonna get pinged just above. Oh well, guys, we got our first TP, but that's unfortunate. I've got a feeling. Can we hold in? Can we hold in? I'm just looking if this area here, where we've got this. Oh, it's only the 5 minutes. I'll leave that alone. But yeah, maybe at 19. At 19, I'm gonna just take a little bit off, and then we'll let it run. So at 19, it's gonna be 40 pips. At 40 pips, so we're 30 odd pips up now. So I'm just looking at, you see this where we had support here, it came down, rejected, came up, created a lower high. So this little range. So just anywhere just below that or in and around that $19 per 4,019. I'm just going to take some off. That'll do. There we go. Nice little bit of chunk of change there. Okay, so now it can do whatever the hell it likes. So orders. Oh, what just happened? So we got it was about 30 points. 1860. $18.60. 32.7 pips. Right, where's the daily flip? Let's take that up. Let's take that up to the daily flip zone. And if it can stay in, fantastic. If it doesn't matter. We're going to trail it based on the 15-minute lows anyway. Yes, you could look at this on the 30-minute chart when this candle closes. There's just one downside. What do you think the downside is to looking at trading this on the 30-minute chart? What do you think the downside is to looking at trading this on the 30-minute chart? So we've scaled out twice now, once at 12 pips and once at 32 pips. Let's just adjust the results. So what do you think the downside is to taking a trade here on the 30-minute chart? Any ideas, guys? So yeah, we've got what, 8 minutes left of this candle. Everyone's fallen asleep. Uh, Not sure. What do you think? Look at that. It's a 150-point stop. Of course you're awake. You've probably on your sixth bottle of wine, mate. But the problem with the 30-minute chart here right now is you're talking it's going to be a 150-point stop at least, because you're going to have to put your stop above the high of the bearish candle on the basis that this current candle right now is a inside candle. So that would be the biggest issue. Oscar, good morning. I don't recognize your name. Are you new to this channel? I mean, to be fair, this is the first time I've done a live stream through the Asian session. We normally do the US session. So everyone that's on here today, or not everyone, but a few, will be UK residents, so they're going to be pretty sleepy this afternoon. Oscar, whereabouts you based? All right, there we go. So we're over 50 pips up now. Oscar's from Kenya. Welcome to Mark Owen Concepts, Oscar. Um, how long you been trading? So if you've just joined, we've had one losing trade and one winning trade. Now, the losing trade was this candle here. Okay, so this was a big bearish candle, and I put a buy stop above the high of this candle. We got triggered as it flipped bullish. Then it came down, and because of the size of the stop, I put my stop loss underneath the low of this bullish 5-minute candle. As you can see, the market came down, took us out, but it gave us the setup again based off the way the 15-minute candle closed. And then we took 15 and 30 or 12 and 32 pips, and now we're just watching and see if this market can run back up at least into this 40-32 area, which I would expect it to do. So I think right now, based on uh, opportunity, depending what type of wick we get on the next candle, if the wick doesn't come too deep, we can look to add into this position above the high of this candle. We've got 4 minutes to wait though. 4 minutes to wait. You know what I'm going to do? I just realized because I'm not on TikTok, I can put my radio on and not get penalized. Three minutes. Mm, Yen's continuing to sell off. We have what is it? 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes 7 seconds. And from that high up there, we've still got another 100 points. So just under $10 to the 1 hour 30-minute structure point. So let's just mark that on. Oops. So wick down, we look to buy the highs. So we've scaled out twice already. So we've scaled out basically 75% of our position on the original trade. The higher the candle is 4021.2, let's call it. So potentially going to look at adding in here, depending on how big of the next wick down goes. Hmm. 20 seconds left of this candle. 8 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there for now. 40.16. Now, okay, so if price now breaks this high, um, then we'll get a second trade. So 40, 22.5. So that's 10 pips. So what we're going to do, guys, is if we get triggered here, 10 pips, we're going to close half off, and we will instantly move our stops to break even on this one. Or I'll do it all as quickly as I can because I've got no magic keys working for me at the minute. Let's move that up underneath that low now. And there we go. We're 0.75. Okay, let's see. Okay, so oh, that wasn't very pleasant. Come on, buyers, where are you? Oh, don't frustrate me now. This will be the last trade of the session as well. Don't want to finish on a low. Come on, buyers. This is textbook setup. Oscar started, so he's still learning. Yeah, well, we're learning every day, buddy. Even the more we trade, the markets are evolving. We obviously have a lot of geopolitical issues around the world right now. There's uh, government shutting down. There's everything going on that's throwing curveballs at us. So the best thing you can do is be as strict with trade management as possible, which is why you saw me manage my original trade on that 5 minute chart because I didn't want big stocks to basically come and take out a chunk of profits that we've made. Come on, buyers. All right, let's pop. Keeps flirting at the entry price. Here we go. Oh, sending my eyes funny this. Oh, well, see, maybe that's where Magic Keys might have come in and done me a favor, but saying that's not been working, so probably wouldn't. What was the high? 22.13. No, it didn't get to 7 pips, so it wouldn't have done it. All right, come on, here we go. Back in the blue again. 2250 is what we're looking for here. 2250. 2250. There we go. Okay, let's get to. Oh, okay, so TP1. That's another win for the stream, guys. TP1. Let me know if you got that, guys. All right, so the original order is looking very fit and healthy. So entry down here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that stop loss up underneath this low. Who's with me on that trade, guys? All right, let me just check. Yeah, so look at that. If we can hold above this area, we're going to get some nice pips, but we've got to hold. And with this one, I'm going to manage this one 22, 23, 50. Okay, so this one, I'm going to close another half off at 20 pips. So that's in that's now 0.38. So we've got 30 pips. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so we're rocking, guys. Just banked something. Well done. Yeah, we just closed out at 4,500. So well done, guys. Oscar, you happy with that, buddy? You've banked something on your first live stream. So our original trade right now is up 86 pips. 86 pips. Our second trade is up 24 pips. So now the reason I scaled out of the add-in trade at 20 pips is because this one has already moved 112 pips from the lows. So you want to start reducing this position. There you go. So that one's out now. So by banking that bit of, let's see, where did it come out? Yeah, so that one position just added us another $200 to our profit. See, structures don't lie. If we can get above this structure, look, this is where the market reacted. And that's why our 20 pips above this area was so key. Now, a lot can change. Price could get above here and we could, and then run and fill this wick. So there could be another trade, but I'm not going to be taking another trade. My eyes can't stand looking at this bright screen in a dark room much longer. But guys, just let me know if you've enjoyed the live stream this morning. Oh, let's just top up the results. Now, for those that like uh, it's a little bit risky, but what time is it? 4:15. That's okay. 4:15. Now, just leave it as is now, guys. We want to see the market can just either keep printing new highs. Yeah, I'm not doing anything now. Just moving this stop loss based on every time a candle breaks a new high, we'll move it underneath the low. Yeah, well, I've got a coaching session at 6 and then a live stream at 7. So yeah, I'm back at 7, Jess. So yeah, busy morning for me. Um, all right, team. I'm just gonna yeah, 3, 6, and 7. What a day, what a way to start your Thursday. 4 wins, 1 loss. Nice, lovely. Okay, well, we'll be back later. Guys, I'm gonna go grab an hour and a half on the sofa. There's no point me heading back to bed now. Might wake up the better half. Okay, team. See you members. I'll see you at 7 a.m. All right, take care, guys. Bye. 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 Bye.